guys, I'm Naley Gonzalez and welcome back to my channel. If you follow me on social media, you probably already know I am desperately anticipating the birth of my second child for late this spring while preparing to release my first self-published novel by mid-fall of this year. So I have one hell of a window to work with. Like many, I'm a fan of myths, legends, fairy tales, and all that jazz. Hopefully you are too. We are storytellers after all. When it comes to writing, you're probably scratching your head and wondering what, if any, difference there is between all of these. I mean, they're all just made up stories, right? It can't be that hard. It is, don't get cocky. To help you out, I'm going to explain each one so you can see the difference and apply the appropriate one to your story. See, I'm saving you time on lengthy research. You should subscribe to my channel as a thank you and to ensure that you don't miss out on future videos similar to this one. Now, to get specific, I'll cover myths, legends, fables, and fairy tale and folktale. To know which to use for your novel or story, you have to understand what makes each one unique. Myths, legends, folklore, and so on are all variations of a broad genre known as traditional stories. Though the boundaries are often blurred, they're distinguishable by some characteristics specific to each form. To differentiate real quick, myths, legends, and fables are old stories created for both children and adults, and usually carry some lesson to them. Folk, fairy, and tall tales are created and written specifically for children and have little to no lesson at all. Getting into deeper detail, myths usually have a religious or a ritual basis. They're set in a time before recorded history and feature gods, goddesses, and superhuman characters, along with magical and unusual creatures. These characters or creatures are used to explain something that happens in nature or to teach a lesson. In myths, it's also important to remember that the good characters are usually rewarded while the bad characters are usually punished. Legends are about everyday people, even real historical figures, committing heroic acts, usually by fighting some evil creature. There's no specific setting or time period, and if there is, it's usually vague. But legends do explain how or why something came to be. Legends can also be a means to teach a lesson. They'll also contain magic, human flaws, and extraordinary but credible abilities. Fables involve 3 or less characters, usually animals or objects, behaving in human ways, such as speaking with the human language. Fables are very short and usually take place somewhere outside, and are used to explain trickery or only one problem. They revolve heavily on moral themes, so they always end in a lesson. Folklores, which can also be fairy tales, feature ordinary humans in unrealistic situations. They're usually used to entertain instead of being instructive. They're completely made up and star one-dimensional characters. These characters are either 100% good or 100% bad. Folk and fairy tales also have magic and magical creatures. There's also no historical framework, usually taking place a long time ago, hence the once upon a time. Folklores and fairy tales generally are oral stories, but they can and have been written down. Now, the difference between the two is folklores lean more towards teaching values and lessons, while fairy tales usually end with a happily ever after. I'm sure you notice each of these fell into one another in some way, so it's understandable when they're mixed up or mistaken for the other. Hopefully I've done my part in clearing up what is what, and help you learn which one to implicate into your writing. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more writing content, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on your notifications for future videos, as well as follow me on social media. Thanks so much for watching, writers. Until next time.